This segment of the show, we're going to talk about something we talked about a couple weeks ago, which is the energy drinks. And I know Four Loco has been getting all the attention, but obviously there's lots of energy drinks out there that's kind of, glad that their names are not being mentioned in the national news because it's running rampant. I've seen it in almost every newspaper I looked in. It's some of the local papers here as well as the national papers. It's been on every TV station, the local news as well as the national news. And unfortunately, I know Four Loco probably has the most alcohol in their drinks as well as the caffeine that's in there that's causing a big deal. But my thing is, I don't like nothing being banned because I'm not for government deciding what we can and cannot do. I think people need to regulate themselves, understand what is too much. I mean, if it was poison in there, then that's a different story. But I know a lot of people are going to say, well, Roosevelt, yeah, but these teenagers are getting drunk. Well, if teenagers are getting drunk, we got a problem already because they're not supposed to be drinking because they're not 21. So that's a problem in itself. So that's something that's always has happened, always will be happening. You're going to always have college students overindulging in alcohol. They think they're smart sometimes and they don't realize that they haven't lived yet. But, how that goes. We all were kids and a lot of us were in college at one time and we probably thought the same thing. But, you can go into any bar and you can get, Jaeger and Red Bull, for instance. I'm not blaming Red Bull. I'm just saying you can get Jaeger and Red Bull. That's mixing. Now, some people said to me earlier, yeah, but you're mixing because Four Loco comes already mixed. And the whole scheme of things is that, hey, put this stuff in, drink this stuff, and then if it is the equivalent of, let me see what they said, close to a 6-pack, maybe 4 to 6 beers if it's light beer, that is a lot of beer in one can. That's a lot of alcohol in one can. I've never had a Four Loco. I couldn't tell you what it tastes like. The cans look kind of interesting, though. They really got some fancy colors to them. And, I mean, I'm not promoting Four Loco in any way, but they have some really nice colors to the cans. Some of the young people that I run across said that they just walked into the store and bought them, which leads me to believe that either the store owner or manager or somebody don't even know there's alcohol. They probably just think it's a regular energy drink because, you can go into the local, 7-Elevens and you can pick up an energy drink and go to the counter and it's no big deal. But the Four Loco looks just like the other ones. So young people are just going up there and buying them and walking out of the store with them, and no one is saying anything to them. And that's probably a no. I don't know. They might be in the alcohol section. I'm not sure. But it doesn't matter where they're located at in the store if the store clerk doesn't know that Four Loco has alcohol in it. Because I know this one kid, I think he's 19 or 20. He says he buy them all the time. Just walk in the store, get it, and pay for it and walk out. He shouldn't be drinking. Obviously, he's underage. But the stores should be very careful on who's getting this stuff. But with some of these, it's 4 states so far that's banning this Four Loco. And now the government is trying to ban it all together. Like I said, again, I'm not necessarily for banning things. I always think it's a bad idea. Because if you ban that, then what are we going to ban tomorrow? And then that makes me concerned. You start banning what kind of food we eat. Because you say you're looking out for us. The government says that they're watching out for us because somehow we're not intelligent enough to watch out for ourselves, which sounds crazy to me in general. I know the owners of Four Loko say that they're going to take the caffeine out of the drinks along with 2 other ingredients, and I guess they'll resell them because now since they've been taken off the shelves in different locations, I think Washington, a couple of more of the other states, well, Washington, not in the general state, but those areas in particular, 4 states so far is banning the drink Four Loko. And other people starting to jump on the bandwagon as well. And is it right to be singling them out? I don't know. You tell me. Some people say they deserve to be singled out because the only reason for selling this thing in this combination is to make you drink more. Because obviously, everybody knows if you drink, you're going to fall asleep if you drink too much. But if you're drinking coffee and liquor together, you may not never fall asleep. Well, you might fall asleep, but it'll be like an alcoholic coma. And that's not funny, of course. So we wouldn't want anybody to go have alcohol poisoning because they had too much to drink. And we know the kids in college, how they do. They put the little hoses in their mouth, the little funnel, and they do all that crazy stuff. And they do all these counting. They get down on their knees and they drink all this drink. Some of the stuff that even I did when I was growing up as well. But without Four Loko, of course. It was just like that Cisco I talked about a few weeks ago. That stuff is poison. I don't know what's in there. But I wouldn't recommend anybody drink that. I mean, from my perspective, I'm not just calling that Cisco. But let me say this on a more serious tip. You can drink rum, you can drink gin, you can drink whiskey, you can drink all these other alcohols, and no one is calling for those things to be banned. And I can tell you, if you sit there and you get you a bottle of Hennessy and you drink the Hennessy straight, you're going to have a problem. I don't drink it, but I know enough to know that it's got a lot of alcohol in it. And somebody might say again, yeah, but if you drink it, you're gonna fall asleep. Versus drinking Four Loco and then going and being drunk is out of your mind, and then go get behind the wheel of the car and go flying down the road. Well, people do that even when they haven't had Four Loco. They drink. Somebody over here on Harbor Island, I think just 2 weeks ago, a dentist, I think it was Guava Ween night, that he ran and hit and I think killed one lady and injured a guy, and maybe injured some more people. So people are drinking. I doubt he was on Four Loco, but he obviously was drinking. And I just don't want to see the government going around banning things, because I know a lot of people jumping on board with this, saying that the college students and going to the hospitals, and somebody blamed some date rape on this. And I mean, who could say whether or not that energy drink alone had played 100% role in a date rape, or 100% role in someone going to the hospital, or someone getting into a car wreck? Because where young people involved, and I'm not just blaming them, but who knows what all they were mixing and doing together. They the one. I think if I'm understanding right, the makers, I mean not the makers, but the people that own the Four Loco, I think they were young college students at one time that came up with this drink. So they got plenty of time on their hands to invent a lot of things. And I just think that no ban, in my mind, should be incorporated. And I know a lot of people gonna disagree with that, because they're saying, well, it's not good. Well, it might not be good, but the only way to fix it, if they're willing to take the caffeine out of the energy drink, I think that's good enough. I think that's what the big stink is about, because it's some energy drink called Crunk out there. I think it's out of it's out of Atlanta or something. I've seen it before, but again, I've never drank it. I mean, you have Loud out there, which I'm not promoting, but it's a good tasting drink. Loud is, and I remember that's mixed sometime with Grey Goose, and a lot of these companies come into your establishment, whether you have a bar or something, or nightclub or restaurant or whatever, and they will set up these little booths, and the first thing they do is give you a list of drinks to mix with your energy drink. So it's a widespread issue. It's not just Four Loco, but unfortunately, Four Loco has got caught in the net, and we can't really see any other companies out there, because we're concentrating on just one. But I think if they remove the caffeine, or even reduce the amount of caffeine to a very minute amount, I think it should resolve the problems that are out there. But they said there's even 2 other ingredients that they plan on removing as well. Now, what is that going to do with the taste? I don't know, because I never tasted before. But I think that would stop the critics. I don't think you need to actually take them off the shelf. Just let them pull the ones that has the caffeine in it, I suppose, and then let them the next batch, or however they want to look at it, that's coming out the next round, that's coming out the assembly line, just redo the ingredients and move forward. And attractive looking can, like I said. And I don't know what Four Loco actually stand for, but I say you leave them on the shelves. I say you fix it and let it go. No ban for me. It might be banned for other people. Other people might say, well, Roosevelt, you don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you don't have kids, which would be ridiculous. That's not true. And if they drink, I can't follow them around for life. I wouldn't want them to do it, but they got to take their own bumps and bruises. Sometime I can't follow them. Maybe I wish I could, but I can't. So leave the Four Loco on the shelves, fix the problem with the caffeine, and move on. Because we can get plenty of drunk out here on all different kind of things. I mean, I don't want to keep throwing up the name Red Bull, but I know for a fact that one of the most popular drinks that I run across was the Jaeger bombs, Red Bull and Jägermeister. People drink that all the time. They ask for it all the time in the nightclubs. And why do they ask for it like that? Why do they want the Red Bull with it? I don't know. I assume it gives them some type of a kick. I have no idea. I never drank that combination before, so I don't know what it tastes like. But I'm just saying, we got to keep things in perspective here.